I'm setting this up for the first time. I'm good, babe. I'm gonna come back one more time.
Just for you. And next time I want you to
Oh yeah, I know you are.
And applause for the time.
She knows you've been naughty. Exactly. Yeah, you're standing the same.
But that's what Sam said to you. Oh, well, aren't you Santa's little face? Santa's pet.
So across my face. That's sad.
Oh yeah, here we are. Yep. Where can we go to then? This is so cool.
It's my hand.
It's a little bit behind. It's a little ladder. Yeah, no, it's delayed.
Okay, it's always delayed.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah.
This is the
So I just want to make sure that my hand isn't cut off. You see my hand?
Yeah, no, I see your head.
That stuff is...
Isn't this kind of a whole thing right now?
Yeah. Yeah. Testing 1 2 1 2. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Well, we're broadcasting live on Facebook right now.
Oh, yeah.
And so those of you in Facebook land that's checking this out live, I would like to remind you that this is a very cheap operation.
Not sleazy.
I do not have fancy equipment and all this kind of stuff. I'm trying to do it easy and simple, and that's where I'm going to do everything. I'm not technoing this up. I've gone that way in my teaching ministry of getting all the expensive, complicated stuff. It's like nothing works out better than simplicity. There's not nothing I've done my whole life that worked out better than me trying to do things as simply and easily as possible. The ego is an expert at complicating things. Yeah, always telling you what you need to do to make things a bit more complicated. And I'm not buying it. So I'm still going to be me. The only difference is there are just more parts of me that's looking at it. That's it. That is it. That's it. So could you acknowledge yourself for being here? This is A Course in Miracles. The first thing I'd like to say before I really get into this is that would you like to have a deeper understanding of what I'm talking about?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. If you'd like to have a deeper understanding of what I'm talking about, even though you've heard this before, it's going to be really important to take a minute and breathe. Sometimes when I say the guidelines to the course, I feel just like what you call the people on the airlines that help us out?
Flight attendant.
I feel like a flight attendant when everybody's ignoring the safety brief. That's what it feels like. It's like everybody's looking around, they're looking at their lap, and if the plane was taking the nose dive, you'd be going, oh hell, what did she tell me I needed to do? You know, so in order to hear this, it's very important to get this, you need not believe it. Because if you think you need to believe it, you're going to analyze every freaking thing that comes out of my mouth. And that's going to delay your being able to really hear it. So you don't have to believe it. That's the cool thing about what's true. If it's true, it don't make any difference whether we believe it or not.
That's right.
If it's true, it's going to be true whether we believe it or not. So how many times have you ever read a book and then you didn't agree with something that you were reading and then the book defended itself? At no point, no matter how you feel about what you're reading, does the book try to explain to you what it means and not try to hurt your feelings. You're right. So I'm like a living book. I want to be undefended. You know, but what I am is a messenger. And the Course in Miracles says what makes God's messenger different from a regular messenger is that God's messenger always accepts the message for themselves first. What makes a love messenger different from a fear messenger is that a love messenger always accepts the message of love first. So everything I'm telling you, I'm supposed to accept it first. So I'm the first point of this. So I want you to know you need not welcome the ideas. Some of the ideas you may actively resist. That means you might not like it. And he says some of it is going to be hard to believe. But if you use it, it says that it works. Some of the ideas you might actively resist. Some of the ideas you will find hard to believe. Some of the ideas you will find hard to believe. Some of the ideas you will find hard to believe. Some of the ideas you will find hard to believe.
Yes.
And others may seem to be quite startling. Would you mind putting Facebook on and seeing?
It's
okay. All right. Well, you're my monitor, my 10-second delayed person. It's high tech.
Yeah.
It's high tech. Some of the ideas you may actively resist. Some of the ideas you will find hard to believe. Others may seem to be quite startling. You're not asked to judge the ideas at all. You're not asked to judge the ideas at all. You're not asked to judge the ideas at all. Did I say you are not asked to judge the ideas at all? Their use will give the ideas meaning and will show you that the ideas are true. If I use it, I'll see that it works. If I use it, I'll see that it works. If I use it, I will see that it works. Okay, so we're in chapter 12, page 226 in the Foundation for Inner Peace version of the Course in Miracles. And we were talking about, last week, we were talking about how this is the section that's called the SANE curriculum. So if I'm going to be sane, if I'm going to do this in the same way, if I'm going to be sane, this is what I need to hear. He says, you have learning handicaps. In a very literal sense, you have learning handicaps. And it also says there are areas of your learning skills that are so impaired. There are areas of your learning skills that are so impaired that you can progress only under constant, clear-cut direction. So do you know that we can only progress if we're being given constant direction? Not only do we need constant direction, it says we need what? Clear-cut constant direction. And then it says the other condition for us really learning the truth is that this constant clear-cut direction must be provided by a teacher who can transcend our limited resources. So I need constant clear-cut direction by somebody that can transcend how limited my resources are. So you need constant clear-cut direction by a teacher who can go beyond the limitations you may have. I need somebody that can go beyond the limitations I may have, beyond the limited resources that I may have. So we need constant clear-cut direction, constant clear-cut direction, constant clear-cut direction, constant clear-cut direction provided by a teacher who can transcend our limited resources. What kind of teacher do we need? A a teacher who can transcend our limited resources. And then it goes on to say we also need to do that because of ourselves we cannot learn because we're the ones that taught ourselves the thing that's driving us crazy right now. Then it goes on to say the learning situation in which you placed yourself is impossible. So you're right when you say, this is impossible. How did this happen? How did I get in this situation? Well, he says right here, you placed yourself in it.
What?
Oh, so whatever the situation is in your life right now, you placed yourself in it. You placed yourself, like I walked along and I picked up Earl. And he was minding his business, he was chilled out, he was having a good time, twerking. And all of a sudden, I picked me up and placed me in an impossible situation. And then while I'm in that impossible situation, I'm blaming all of you all for it. So I'm placing myself in impossible situations and I'm blaming other people for putting me in. It's like some of you all think you're upset about the election. But the truth is, you're placing yourself in whatever feeling you're having right now. You're placing yourself in it and blaming the election. So then it goes on to say, the learning situation in which you place yourself is impossible. And in this situation, which is an impossible situation, you clearly require a special teacher and a special curriculum. So not only do I need constant, clear-cut direction provided by a teacher who can transcend my limited resources, because of myself I cannot learn, I also need to make sure that I have a special curriculum. And not only a special curriculum, a special teacher. Poor learners are not good choices as teachers, so a poor learner is a person that's upset all the time.
Sure.
A poor learner is a person that's not really feeling peaceful most of the time. That's a poor learner. And then the Course in Miracles says the poor learners are not good choices as teachers, so stop trying to teach people when you're not demonstrating love. Stop trying to teach people what you're not demonstrating yourself.
Totally.
Stop trying to tell people what to do and you're not doing it yourself. Stop trying to tell people and show people what to do and you're not doing it yourself and I'm not doing it myself. He says that, then he goes on to say, these are very clear instructions. Yes. It doesn't sound very abstract to me. It said, first of all, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy as hell. That's the first thing. I'm channeling now. I just want y'all to know I'm channeling. All right? We need constant clear-cut direction on the teacher who can transcend our limited resources. Because of ourselves we can't learn, because we put ourselves in impossible situations. And because we're in an impossible situation, you need a very special teacher and a very special curriculum. Because of yourself, you can't teach yourself how to get out of this. Then the Spirit tells us you should hardly turn to a poor learner to establish a curriculum by which the poor learner can escape from their limitation. So if I'm the one that made the limitation, then I'm not going to come up with the plan to escape from my limitation. The one who made the limitation cannot come up with the plan to escape the limitation. If you made your limitation, you're not the one that's going to get you out of it. You're not the one that's going to get you out. It was your thinking that put you in the situation, so it's not your thinking that's going to get you out of it.
That's right.
See, that's just the opposite of what we've been taught. Oh, my thinking got me in this, my thinking needs to get me out. Yeah, you need to think that you're not the one that's going to get you out of it. That's what you need to be thinking. You need a teacher that can transcend the way you. When I say you, I'm just talking about you. Okay.
That's deep. That's really, really deep.
That's pretty deep, ain't it? That's deep. I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about you. Right? I'm sitting down. I'm going to sit back up in a minute, but I can be more deadly if I don't have to think about my body. It's harder not to pay attention to your body as your body gets older. It kind of demands attention. It don't sit around like you did when you were in your 20s and like let you wrap yourself around a pole or something. You kind of be sitting up here and you say, my guilt is so great, I'm aching right now for no reason at all. That's how I know I got guilt. Of course, it says guilt is the cause of pain of any kind, and by the time you get to be my age, you made a whole lot of it. Yeah, and I don't have a problem with my age. You know, my age is fun. I do more things with my mind than I used to do with my body. Try to explain that to a few lovers. Baby, I'm doing it right now. I swear I'm doing it, baby. I dance with an attitude now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why the hell I said that, but it was fun. Yeah, I'm chanting.
That's right.
I'm chanting. So, I love this. Then he says, if you understood what's beyond you, you wouldn't be handicapped. If you understood what you don't understand, you wouldn't be handicapped in the first place. If you understood what you don't understand, you wouldn't be having the problem that you don't know what to do with. If you knew what you don't understand, you wouldn't have this problem. If you knew what you don't understand. Okay, then the next paragraph, that was reviewed from last week. The next paragraph says, you don't know the meaning of love. And that's your handicap. So it said that we had handicaps. I said, well, what is my handicap? Well, he said, your handicap is you don't know what love is. You don't know what freedom is. You don't know what joy is. You don't know what abundance is. You don't know what safety is. You don't know what security is. You don't know what unlimited happiness is. You don't know the meaning of love. Don't attempt to teach yourself what you don't understand. Stop trying to teach yourself what you don't understand. Stop trying to teach yourself what you don't understand. Stop trying to teach yourself what you don't understand. And don't try to set up curriculum goals when yours are clearly failed. Stop setting up clear. I love this. He said, I don't have to break this to you, but you might need to stop setting up your own goals. Because if you take a good hard look at your life, you'll see yours have surely failed. So why are you doing the same thing that's never worked? I think this is going to make me happy. Then I go after it, then it don't. Then I go, oh, I know what it was. This is going to make me happy. Then I go after it, and it don't. Then I go, they are going to make me happy. Then I go after them, and then they don't. How many times you've done it? As soon as you got something, you wanted something else, not even the next day. In most cases, you say, damn, I'm in an impossible situation. I clearly need a special teacher and a special curriculum. I have handicaps in a very literal sense. I need somebody who can transcend my limited resources. I don't need to teach myself what I don't understand. That's what you're supposed to say. You get to the point you talk to yourself like that one day, and you'll be out of the situation that's bothering you in 2 minutes. Because you tell yourself the truth about it. Then he goes on to say, don't attempt to teach yourself what you don't understand, Course in Miracle students, and don't try to set up curriculum goals when yours have clearly failed, Course in Miracle students. Your learning goal, you want to know what your learning goal was that failed? Your learning goal has been not to learn. My goal has been not to learn. What does that mean? I'm going to break it to you. If your goal is learning how not to learn, then it's not going to lead to very successful learning. So the Course in Miracles says there's a part of us that has a goal of not learning the truth. There's a part of us that has the goal of not learning the truth, not practicing the truth, not remembering the truth, not being loving. There's a part of us that has a goal of keeping us unhappy, sad, afraid, in lack, sick, feel like we're under attack, bored. Where do you think it comes from? It comes from you. But where do you think that joy comes from? It comes from you, but not the you think you are. The you think you are, the you you're trying to get away from, but you can't. Because everywhere you go, you're there. You ever notice that? So the Course in Miracles says, your learning goal has been not to learn. This cannot lead to successful learning. It's funny, like doing this live, there's an energy that's coming at me that I don't normally feel.
It's cool.
It's like a little buzz going on inside. I think I got a little buzz. I must be in Colorado.
Holy Spirit high.
Okay. You're the John Denver, I'm Bro Denver. I need a joke teacher who can translate my limited resources. So the Course says, you cannot transfer what you haven't learned. Let's go back. Your learning goal has been not to learn. Trying not to learn can lead to successful learning. You cannot transfer what you haven't learned. What does that mean? I cannot transfer a truth and use it in every situation if I haven't learned it. In other words, I believe that I give everything I see all the meaning that it has for me. So if I really learn that, then no matter what situation I'm in, I'll say, I'm giving this all the meaning that it has for me. But once you learn something, you apply it to every situation and everybody. When you haven't really learned the truth, you just apply it every now and then to some people. So the ones, he says, that you have been successful in your learning, you start using your learning in every situation. He says, but you all can't transfer what you've learned. So the impairment of the ability to generalize is a crucial learning failure. My inability to practice the truth in every situation is a crucial learning failure. My inability to love you and feel peace with you and feel connected with you in every situation is a crucial learning failure. It's a learning failure if I can't apply the truth to every situation and circumstance in my life. Then it says, would you ask those who have failed to learn what learning aids are for? Would you ask somebody who hasn't learned what a learning aid is for? If I haven't learned, then I don't know how to use the learning aid. For instance, the Course in Miracles is a learning aid. Okay, so would you ask those who have failed to learn the Course in Miracles what the Course in Miracles is for?
Yeah, no.
No. So we're continually asking questions of people who really don't know any more than we do. And so the Course says, if you could interpret the learning aids correctly, you would have learned from them. So if I was interpreting the Course in Miracles correctly, I would be learning from it. If you're interpreting any learning aid correctly, then you learn from it. So I have said that the rule of you, the part of you that doesn't want you to be happy, the rule of the part of you that doesn't want you to be happy, the rule of the part of you that doesn't want you to be happy is seek and do not find. Seek that lover and don't find it. Seek that job and don't find it. Seek that abundance and don't find it. Seek God and don't find it. Seek some peace and don't find it. Seek that awesome piece of furniture and don't find it. So the part of us that is ruled by fear and conflict has one rule. Look for it, but it'll never be available. Look for them, and they'll never be available. Seek it, and don't find it. So the Course in Miracles says there's a part of our mind that's ruled by the idea, seek and do not find. It says, translated into circular terms, what does this mean? Keep trying to learn, but don't succeed. 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 Keep trying to learn, but don't receive. So I've been after it my whole life and I haven't found it yet. I've been after them my whole life and I haven't found it yet. So when a person is ruled by the part of them that doesn't know the truth, that's the poor learning, poor teacher, they're always looking for stuff that it looks like they don't get. A peace they don't get, a love they don't get, a happiness they don't get, a relationship they don't get. A person who is listening to the wrong-minded part of their mind constantly says, I'm seeking it, but I haven't found it yet. So the result of this curriculum goal is obvious. So this is what you do when you want to make sure you never get anything you want. Okay, I'm going to teach y'all the rules of staying as miserable as you are. Okay, that whatever part of you is, don't be pretending you all happy about everything. There's some part of you that's unhappy about something you wouldn't be around us. Okay, all right. Because we're being honest about all our feelings, and we're not pretending we don't feel what we feel in the name of being spiritual. So I'm going to be going, I love everybody. I don't love all y'all. Y'all know y'all don't love everybody in this room. You even know most of the people. You know, I love you. No, you don't. Some part of you that does, but the part with the Social Security number don't. I had a miracle happen last week. I had a miracle I want to share with you all. I went to get my driver's license renewed. The scariest part was the eye test. But
Can you with those glasses on though?
yeah, I had my glasses on, but I was having a hard time fitting them in the machine, so I thought I was going to fail the test. I got all scared, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to fail. Because they already make a big deal when you're 65. They go, well, you don't know how much longer you're going to die. But I'm doing fine. And I haven't had a ticket in years. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but you feel the same on the inside, but the world is acting like you're older. It's the weirdest thing. I'm the same person I essentially was when I was 5 or 10 years old running around in the yard playing. I just have a little bit more life experience, and my body looks like it's going on about its own business. The shake is like, I got my own journey, buddy. You may be eternal, but I'm not. You better take care of these bodies. They're not going to always be around. And what you do to make your body last a long time is stop being full of guilt, anger, grievances, and fear. Amen. That's what creates the pain in the body in the first place. It's not coming from the situation. It's coming from your state of mind. That's why you're hurting, wherever you're hurting. But you're still strong. No matter what you try to do to yourself, you are so incredible. You are so powerful. You are still strong. No matter what you've experienced, what you're experiencing now, you are still strong. Yeah, and I got some scope. And so, now,
What was the miracle? Tell them.
I got in and out the DMV and renewed my license in 30 minutes. Yeah. Whoa! Forget parting the Red Sea, the DMV. In Denver, that's how you know when you got some power of God. You know, anybody can walk on water. You just put some water on the ground and step on it. You know what I'm saying? But getting out of the DMV in 30 minutes in Denver, Colorado, y'all know that's a miracle. I've been studying for 35 years just to be able to do that. Somebody tell me I need to step my game up. You might want to throw a little bit higher in the DMV, Earl. You might want a little bit more out of your spiritual work. It's a good step. But it's a good step. Thank you. Thank you. I knew somebody was going to see it correctly for me. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You want to make sure you never learn. Okay, which means this is what we've been doing. Okay, let's pretend this isn't past. Let me tell y'all what y'all used to do before you all became enlightened. Because you're all enlightened now, hearing the story of how you became enlightened. Isn't that wonderful? You're now watching your documentary. Oh, this is how I became enlightened. That's the name of it. Okay. What you did at first, what you used to do is every legitimate teaching aid, every real instruction, and every sensible guide to learning, you misinterpreted it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do if you make sure you never learn is every time I tell you the truth, then you just misinterpret what I say. The next thing you do is, and the reason why you do that is because the real instruction, the legitimate teaching aid, the sensible guide, they are all for facilitating this learning, the strange curriculum of not learning is against. So I really don't want to learn, so in order to not learn, I've got to make sure that everything Spirit tells me, I'm going to misinterpret it so that I can continue to not learn how to be really and truly happy. Because the aim of your teaching is to defeat itself. So my goal is to defeat my own learning. My goal is to defeat my own learning. And so if I'm trying to learn how not to listen, and the aim of my teaching is to defeat itself, what can I expect but confusion? No wonder we're confused. Why, Earl? Because when you're confused, it means you're trying to learn how not to learn, and you're trying to defeat yourself. You're confused because you're trying to learn how not to be happy and to defeat yourself in the process. He says there's a part of us that's trying to defeat itself. There's a part of us that's trying to defeat itself, and that's where defeat seems to come from. It's the part of me that's trying to defeat me. That's where my defeat seems to come from. It's the part of me that's trying to defeat me is where the defeat seems to come from. And he says because I'm trying to not have what I want because there's a part of me that doesn't believe I deserve it in the first place. So if I really listen to every real instruction and every real helpful teaching, then I'm going to end up with what I really want, but I don't deserve it, so therefore I'm going to make sure that I misinterpret every legitimate teaching aid that I ever received so that I can defeat myself. Have a nice day. That's what it just told us. That's what it just told us. And then it goes on to say, such a curriculum doesn't make sense. Okay? And this attempt at learning, which is not real learning, has so weakened your mind that you can't love. The reason why you can't love is because you have a weak mind. A weak-minded person don't know how to love. He says, why? Because the curriculum you've chosen is against love. You're in a curriculum that's against love. You're following a bunch of rules that are against your peace. You're following a bunch of rules that are against love. Okay. That's why it hasn't shown up. I'm against it. I'm against love. It's me against love. It's my fear against love. It's my past learning against love. It's my grievances against love. It's everything that happened to me as a child against love. It's my parents against love. So I'm on the curriculum against love. So if I'm going to make sure love never happens in my life, I've got to make sure that I misinterpret every little thing that God tries to give me to help me out of the situation, because my goal is to defeat myself because I don't really deserve to be happy. But it's not true. But it's not true. It's not true. And I'm here to tell you it's not true. And you know you're doing it because you're getting the result. What is the result? I feel defeated sometimes. I don't really feel loved all the time. I don't feel really safe all the time. Oh, then that means you're poor learning, poor teacher, resign right now as your own teacher, which you should do if you'll honestly evaluate the results of what you taught yourself. That's what this book talks. I'm surprised anybody come to my class. I say it all the time. This is a feel-good, do not feeling good, feel-good class. Okay? This book is not for the faint of heart. The Course in Miracles is not for bliss ninnies. Okay? The Course in Miracles is not a bliss ninny book. Okay? That's why it's not really popular with people who just want to be positive every minute. And the Course says, I am being positive. I'm positive you're crazy. And so you need to be positive too. Why? Because then you'll be willing to listen to a teacher who can transcend your limited resources. You'll be willing to open your mind up to something greater than your own ego. You'll finally let your Creator help you. If you realize that you can't pull it off by yourself. You'll never pull it off by yourself. And until you get that, nothing in your life will ever really change. You cannot go on from here alone. This is the end of the me, I levels of consciousness. It's time for the we. It's time for you to we. We on me. And us on me. Did he say we on me? It's going to be on Facebook. He said we on me. Yes, we. I want y'all to see me as part of you. That there's a we here, and not a me here, and not an I here. There's a us here. There's a we here. So you've gone as far as you can go on the spiritual path with the idea that you got to do it by yourself, and that you're alone, and that you're going to teach yourself without tuning into an intelligence that's greater than your own. You've gone as far as you can go thinking that you're going to do it by yourself. It's it. I'm sorry. You have gone as far as you can go with that one. Will not work anymore. That's an old, infantile level of consciousness that you have now transcended.
So refreshing.
Yeah. It's up to people who don't want to share. Now, if you don't want to share, you're not no big us and we person. Because, that's going to call for some sharing. And if I'm full of lack, I don't believe I have anything to share. So I don't give. So giving is proof of having. Giving is proof of having. That's how you know you have something, you're giving it. If you're not giving it, you don't think you have it. So, if I'm giving people a hard time, it's because I think I have a hard time. If I am attacking people, it's because I believe I have been attacked and I feel attacked. If I'm making people feel afraid, it's because I feel afraid inside. I'm going to always give you what's going on in me. I'm going to always give you what's going on in me. So I always know what's going on with you by the way you treat me. So there are no private thoughts. I know who's nice and who's not. This is not hidden. I'm going to break it to you. It's not hidden. Our insanity isn't hidden. But also our sanity isn't hidden. We have a lot of sanity, but that sanity has been hidden by the part of us that thinks it knows, even though it hasn't been successful in giving us anything that we really want permanently. Right? I don't know about you, but I'm kind of bored with the world. I just see people doing the same things over and over again in different forms, thinking they're doing something different. How many of you are noticing that? That it's just the same thing over and over again in different forms, looking like it's different. It's people making up what they think they want, then running after it. Then they make up something else they think they won't need, that they don't really want to need, then they run after it. Then they make up the next thing that they think, a person they think they want to need, and then they go after the next one. And then they're not satisfied, and then they say the thing needs to change in order for them to be happy. It's the same thing over and over again. Everybody's trying to be special, so they're looking for somebody or something that makes them special. Whoever makes them the most special wins. It's a contest. If I can make you feel more special than anybody else, then you're probably going to be more attracted to me and appreciate me more than anybody else. So specialness contest. That's all that's going on here. So I'm bored with it. I'm bored with it. I want to create. So the Course then goes on to tell us, this attempted learning, I love this. Oh, I love this. This is really great. Check this out. He said, the attempted learning has so weakened your mind that you can't love. For the curriculum you've chosen is a curriculum what? Against love. So what does that mean? You have chosen a curriculum that amounts to a course in how to attack yourself. So we are in, I'm Professor Purdy, and I want to welcome you to the course in how to attack yourself. And I heard you all have been just banner scholars. This is a PhD class. I'm impressed with your all's ability to learn how to attack yourself. So I've been learning how to attack myself by constantly wanting what I cannot have. Then it goes on to say a supplementary goal in this curriculum is you're also learning how not to overcome the guilt that makes the separation believable. I'm also the part of me that doesn't love me is also trying to do everything it can to not get rid of my guilt. There's a part of me, I'm going to admit to y'all that there's a part of me that loves to feel guilty.
Me too.
It's like a drug. It's like, it's like I'm in the attic, give me some guilt. Oh, I need some guilt. Oh, prom night. What happened when I was on the road, when I played in the band. Everybody, there's a part of us that wants to keep guilt. He said that's also a goal. Then he goes on to tell us even more. He says, and you will not overcome the split, the division in your mind in this curriculum, for all your learning will be on behalf of separation, the split, the not learning. So there's a part of us that doesn't want to learn. There's a part of us that doesn't want to learn, but the part of us that wants to learn is stronger than the part of us that doesn't want to learn, because the part of you that wants to learn is in the class. The part of you that wants to learn more than the part of you that doesn't want to learn is in this room. The part of you that wants to be happy more than the part of you that doesn't want to be happy is in this room.
Yay!
In this room, right now. The part of you that loves you as opposed to the part of you that doesn't brought you here. The part of you that doesn't love you is asleep, bored, spacing out, don't know why in the hell it came. It's like sitting up there. What the hell? What is he talking about? What the hell is he talking about? What is he talking about?
There are even 50 viewers out there who have decided to come and be.
There are 50 viewers. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Cute. Check my Facebook page sometime. They all, just like y'all. You know, they're like you all. Cute.
Juicy.
Yeah, juicy.
Yeah.
It's like a big old orange. Big old. It won't really take you to the bliss level. You know, all of y'all like big old juicy watermelons. Oh. It's black man heaven. I don't dream about little cheap treats made of gold. I dream about watermelon patches. Some people just are determined to be serious. They want me to have a serious class. You're going to be so disappointed. There's enough serious people in my life. If you're sad, be serious. That's okay. Just don't expect me to join you. But be as sad as you'd like in my presence. But I'm not going to join you. Because if I join you, I'd be increasing your sadness. I'm not going to become sad with you, thinking that if I become sad with you, it lightens your sadness. No, now both of us sad. Well, only you were sad before. I kind of wish you hadn't come over. Have you ever been feeling good that somebody came over? And oh, hell, what happened? I was feeling pretty good when they came over. God, they're so merciless. God. You feeling bad, and you want everybody else to feel bad? You merciless. Okay. I'm going to forgive you. Yeah, for calling me. I'm feeling good. You call, I forgive you. Good. I know you're just giving me another chance to heal, but I don't feel like it today. And some days you don't feel like being nice. You don't feel like being sweet. You don't feel like being helpful. That's your call for love. And you feel innocent when you don't feel like it. You're not guilty because you don't always want to be at somebody's beck and call all the time. I remember the old days when there wasn't even answering machines. It's like peace on earth. And then people expected you to call them back when you felt like it. It wasn't like it was today. As soon as somebody called you, 10 seconds have passed by, you didn't respond to my text. And I'm a course student.
Yeah, oh.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we got used to people being at every little beck and call, every little second they both be jumping up and down when you meet, you know, it's like, chill. So the course says, your mind is speaking against your learning as your learning is speaking against your mind. I'll say it again. your mind is speaking against what you learned. That's why you're here. But your learning is also speaking against your mind. I'm trying to tell you that this is how you can experience love and joy because you deserve it. And the learning that you've had in the past is also speaking against your mind. We hear the truth, and then the learning that we've learned from the past speaks against the new truth that we're learning. So your mind is speaking against your learning, as your learning is speaking against your mind, so you fight against all learning and succeed. You're fighting against learning and succeeding because that's what you want. You want to keep fighting against your learning and succeeding. Perhaps you don't realize even yet. Perhaps you don't realize even yet that there is something that you want to learn. There is something that you really want to learn, and that you can learn it because it's your choice to learn it. You can learn it because you choose to learn it, and there's something you really want to learn. There's something that you really want to learn, and you can learn it if it's your choice to learn it. You have tried to learn what you don't want. You have tried to learn what you don't want. You've been learning what you don't want. You've been learning to see yourself as less than love. You've been learning to see yourself as less than whole. You've been learning to see yourself as separate from God. You've been learning to see yourself as something that can be hurt. You've been learning to see yourself as something that's temporary. You've been learning to see yourself as a body. You've been learning to see yourself as a gender. You've been learning to see yourself as a race. You've been learning to see yourself in a way that is not truly you, and that is what you want. So if I want to go to the next level of consciousness, I got to admit that I'm not a victim of my learning. I learned everything that I wanted to learn, and what I really wanted to learn was how not to learn. And so in order to not to learn, I had to misinterpret every good thing and every true thing I've ever read and anybody's ever done to me so that I could be successful at not having what I want.
Wow.
Kumbaya, Lord. Come on, y'all. Kumbaya. Here we go. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. Oh, Lord. Kumbaya. Although the curriculum you set yourself is depressing, the curriculum that you set yourself is depressing, you taught yourself some depressing stuff. You taught yourself some depressing stuff. And even though you taught yourself, it's merely ridiculous if you look at it. So I know you think you taught yourself some depressing stuff, but I'd like to tell you that you only taught yourself some ridiculous stuff. You've been teaching yourself ridiculous stuff. You've been teaching yourself ridiculous stuff. And the Course in Miracles says, if you look at it, you'll see how ridiculous what we've learned is. If anybody just stops for a second and really looks at what we've learned and what we are experiencing and what we're seeing and what we're hearing, they'll realize you shouldn't be depressed about it so much as you should be going, this is ridiculous. And a lot of people, and a lot of people saying it right now, this is just ridiculous. Things have just gone too far now. This is just ridiculous. It's okay to be partially crazy. Now we're going batshit crazy. We got to do something. Like regular crazy, that's one thing. But batshit crazy, that's a whole nother level. I'm looking for us to sprout wings and then okay? Come on, gang. Come on now. Let's pull it back. Let's put it back. We've gone a bit far lately. Okay? And then it says, is it possible that the way to achieve a goal is not to attain it? Is the way to achieve a goal not to achieve it?
No, that's
ridiculous. Okay. He says, so resign. Wait. Resign. Didn't do it after. When did it say? Now. I'm going to do it at 6 o'clock. No, You're going to resign. He says, resign now. Resign now as what? Your own teacher. Resign now as 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 your own teacher. Everybody wanna come on, now let's get started. Resign right now as your own teacher. I resign right now as my 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 own teacher. I resign right now. Okay. Makes me feel emotional. It says this resignation will not lead to depression. This won't depress you to resign as your own teacher. It says resigning as your own teacher is merely the result of an honest appraisal of what you taught yourself. When I say resign, he says, actually what I'm saying is you're doing something that should be the result of an honest appraisal of what you taught yourself. So if you honestly appraise what you taught yourself, you would resign right now. So I want you to visualize. I want you to visualize walking into an imaginary office, and then you're sitting behind the desk, and you're also walking up to the desk, and you're looking at your higher, greater self, and you are putting in your letter of resignation. You're saying, I am going to resign as my own teacher, which is just an honest appraisal of what I taught myself. And then imagine the greater self of you going, thank you. Now I can give you the joy you've always tried to give yourself and have not succeeded in doing. Are you following me?
Yeah.
Do you feel me?
Yes.
Do you feel me?
Yes.
I'm going to stop here just for a second. I want you to think about what I've said so far. You need to resign right now as your own teacher. Take a look at how successful you've been at giving yourself consistent joy and happiness. Look at the fear around you, the separation, the divisions that we're looking at. This is the result of what we taught ourselves. This is the result of that learning that we have. And we need a special teacher. And we need a special curriculum. We need a teacher who can transcend what we know and our limited resources. That's what it's saying to us, that we've been trying to learn how not to learn. That there's a part of us that tries to defeat itself. And that if we really looked at the way the world thinks and the way we treat each other and the way we think, we would say this is ridiculous. That we feel like it was ridiculous. And so we need to resign. We need to go, hey, universe, spirit, higher consciousness, would you please be in charge? Would you please give me the special curriculum that I need right now? Because I see the result of what I've tried to learn myself, and I'm not having a good time. I'm worrying too much. There's too much fear going on. That's how I know I have not learned the true curriculum of God and love, because I feel too separate and too afraid. That's all the proof we need that we've learned something stupid, but the stupid part of us always tells us everybody else needs to do it.
Yeah.
See, that's the stupid part of us. It's always saying, when somebody else changes, then I'm going to have it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the battery tried to go out. So I'll still refuse. I do my backup. Booty call. That was my backup. I have to like if I get heavy, I have to lighten up. I just want some more mighty companions, some other people in my life that want to join with me on waking up. I really do. I'm putting out a call to the people that's watching. I'm putting out a call to. I want some people in my life that's sincere about waking up together. I don't feel like really shucking and jabbing anymore. I'm ready to be a part of the change. You know, I sincerely want to experience myself, to be happy, to be creative, to be helpful. But I also want to join with some mighty companions that really want to do that. Not people that just doing it, you know, they're not really committed, not really dedicated, oh, you know, their truth is just a hobby, it's something they get around to when they're not working there playing, it's not going to work. You know, some people have gotten to the point that they go, you know what, I have done an honest appraisal of what I tried to teach myself and the result of it. And I'm not going to act like I'm insulted by that. I'm going to say, wow, I am ready for my special teacher and a special curriculum from someone, something that can transcend the limited resources that I think that I have. I am ready to truly know joy.
Yes.
You know, and I want to join with others who really want to do that. You know, so I'm going to try to reach out more than I ever have before in what I do. Because I got to let people come and go. That's the only thing. I still get too attached to people. I need to let people come and go more in my life. You know, I'm a musician, and you never play a song if you only play one note. You have to let the notes go through. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's different going da 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 and going ga. That's us. We don't want to let the notes go. Some people are notes. They're like song notes. And in order to play your song, then they have to be 3 bars back. And sometimes those people are literally 3 bars back. I was in the bar about 2-3 times. Yeah, 3 bars back, baby.
Well, thank you for bringing that forward, and I just wanted to express that I want to join with you, and I want to continue to attract mighty companions to live a constant state of joy as well. And so thank you for expressing that, and I so join with you.
I second that.
Shouts out to the UK, to Argentina, and I forgot where else. All over the U.S., they're waking up too.
Yay! This right here gonna be better than Tinder. Okay. I found out this most incredible thing. In most cases, all you have to do is ask.
Yes.
Like, you know, it's like I'm asking for those who want to join with me. Those who don't won't. Those who do will. Then I join with the ones that do, and then we move at light speed. Simple. Well, I used to try, well, let me see if I can pull everybody else along with me who don't want to go. No. No, they are using the infinite power of God to choose to stay exactly the way they are. So you need to honor that. You're the one that's being arrogant if you're trying to get them to be different than how they choose to be. That's just God trying to express itself in pain. But can't pull it off because God can't hurt. You know, but we keep trying, don't we? And we keep on surviving. What's wrong with that? You don't think your death not going to even save you. When I die, things going to be a lot better. No, you'll still be there. So.
Oh, shit.
You thought you were going to get away from you, didn't you? Yeah, I know you did. That's why we better start loving ourselves. We're going to be hanging out with ourselves forever.
Yeah. Always.
You know? And then hang out with other people who want to love themselves too. You know? So I'm going to finish this paragraph because I'm tired of this. I'm going to be through it. Okay. He says, when you resign, it will not lead to depression. It's merely the result of an honest appraisal of what you taught yourself. It's an honest appraisal of the learning outcomes that have resulted under the proper learning conditions. Now, what are the proper learning conditions? Okay, Purdy, the proper learning conditions are the conditions you can neither provide nor understand. So the proper learning condition is a condition you can't provide, and the proper learning condition is a condition you can't understand. So if you're sitting here saying, I don't understand you, you're under the proper learning condition. If you're right now saying to yourself that I don't know how to do this, now you're in the proper learning condition. When you go, I don't know, and when you go, what? I can't provide the way for me out. That's the proper learning condition. Then you'll become an excellent learner and an excellent teacher. That's the condition of being an excellent learner and an excellent teacher, is for you to recognize that you cannot provide the proper learning conditions and you cannot understand the proper learning conditions. You cannot provide your proper learning conditions and you cannot understand your proper learning conditions. You can't provide your proper learning conditions according to the course, and you don't understand your proper learning conditions under the course. So that should relieve us, because that means we don't need to understand. That our understanding isn't necessary. It's our willingness that's required.
Yes.
Not our understanding.
Yes.
Our willingness.
Yes.
All right. Because remember, we don't know what we don't know. So we can't teach ourselves what we don't know. So we need to stop trying to teach ourselves what we don't know. We should let that which knows teach us what we don't know. And if that seems crazy to you, you're crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because that's total sense. So then it says, but it's not so yet. You're not an excellent learner and teacher yet, but you will be an excellent learner and teacher when your whole learning situation as you set it up is reversed. So last paragraph. Take a breath. Your learning potential, your learning potential, your learning potential, your learning potential is limitless. Because your learning potential will lead you to God. Your learning potential will lead you to God. Your learning potential will lead you to true joy. You can teach the way to God in love, and you can learn the way to God in love. You can teach the way to God in love. You can learn the way to God in love if you follow the teacher who knows the way to love and understands his curriculum for learning it. So start following the teacher who knows the way. Start following the teacher who knows the way and understands the curriculum. Oh, sorry, I fell asleep. Okay.
Just when it gets good, too.
Don't y'all think I fall asleep to me, too? I do it every night. I put me on every night. Just go right to sleep. I do every night. Been doing it for 25 years. I listen to me all night. Sometimes I wake up in the night and go, "If I hear you one more time!" He says the curriculum is totally unambiguous. What does that mean? It means the goal is not divided. It means the means and the end are in complete accord. You need offer only one thing, class. You need to give just one little bitty thing. You cute little things. You need to offer just one little thing, buddy. Your undivided attention. Have you noticed that that's the main thing that's missing when I talk? Have you noticed that? That's the main thing that's missing is undivided attention. He said, that's the only thing you need to give me. Imagine Spirit talking. The only thing I want from you all is undivided attention. But you know what? That's all you want from everybody. Is their undivided attention. That's what you want. That's what you're looking for. I'm not telling you how to get undivided attention. You ain't really listening to me too much. So the only thing I want you to offer is undivided attention. Everything else will be given you. Everything else will be given you. If you just give the truth your undivided attention, if you just give the Creator your undivided attention, if you just give your self-realization your undivided attention, if you would give your spiritual practice your undivided, it didn't say everything but your rent money. It said, I don't want to break this to us, but everything includes everything. There's no everything but that. He says, if you give, the book says, if we give our undivided attention to learning the truth, to letting go of the blocks, to really listening to our special teacher, everything else will be given. Everything else will be given. And do you know, regardless of your financial situation, you do have attention? So you're not actually being asked of anything you can give regardless of your social, economic, or educational condition. Everybody in here has attention to give, but undivided. What is the division? The division between what's true and what's false, what's love and what's fear, what's innocence and what's guilt. We got to stop dividing our attention between we're okay and we're not okay. I'm spirit and I'm not spirit. It's undivided attention to the truth. Without thinking you have to already understand it. Your understanding is not necessary. Your understanding is not a powerful contribution to anything. Your understanding is not a powerful contribution to the truth. Your understanding doesn't make the truth what it is. Okay, so nobody's interested in our understanding. Not even you. But you even say, I don't understand myself. See, even you don't even want to understand you. So now that's a high state of consciousness. You're saying that you don't understand yourself means there could be aspects of yourself and things about yourself that you could come to realize that you've never known before because you're no longer putting yourself in a box.
Yeah.
So saying I don't understand myself is the best thing you could ever say to open up options. Say, I do not understand myself, I do not understand myself, I do not understand myself, I do not understand myself. And the Course in Miracles says to understand means to accept. I do not accept myself, I do not accept myself, I do not accept myself, I do not understand myself, I do not accept myself, I do not understand myself means I do not accept myself, I do not accept myself, I do not understand myself, I understand myself means I accept myself, I understand myself means I accept myself, I accept myself, I accept myself.
Yeah.
How do you know if somebody doesn't accept you? They're always telling you if you were different, I'd be happy. You don't understand me. Good, that's the best news you could have gave me. That means you let me out of the box. If you think you understand me, you're going to categorize me, label me, and put me up on the shelves and think you know all about me. So I'm glad you don't understand. I'm glad people don't never know what the hell I'm going to do when I come to my class. I'm glad. I'm glad y'all don't know what I might say, what I might do, how I might act. The only thing you can count on with me is my purpose stays the same, to bring more love, to bring more light. That stays the same. How I'm going to express myself, that's the fun of life, is me not being locked into anybody's conceptions of how I should be expressing myself, including me.
Wow.
So every time I'm with you, it gives me an opportunity to break those rules that I learned in my misery, so I can be happy now. So I'm going to break the rules of misery. I'm going to listen to the legitimate teaching aids, the real instructions. I'm going to say I don't understand and the learning conditions I need can be provided, but I don't have to understand them either. That I have a special curriculum, that I am not alone, that I am supported. I'm going to accept that. And if I don't, so what? I'm still loved. There's nothing I can do to lose real love. And I can always lose that fake kind, but I can't never lose the real kind. I can't ever lose the real love. Now, fake love, that stuff comes and goes and been coming and going in my life all my life. I've had some great fake love relationships. Just some really good fake love. Have you ever had some really good fake love? I mean, in the beginning, it just seemed like it was so real. You know, you come into the room and they go, oh! God, look at you, you know. Now you get out the shower naked, they looking at TV, they say, move out the way. Fake love. Fake love. Fake love. Based on the condition. If you act the way I want you to act, then I'm going to give it to you. Fake love. Oh, fake love. I'm mad at you all the time. Fake love. Who wants it? Who needs it? I don't want any more fake love, so I got to stop being a fake lover. You got to stop being fake lovers. Fake lovers. Now you innocent lovers, you're innocent, 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 you're beautiful, you're innocent, you're innocent. And the fact that you're listening to this means you are ready to let fake love go.
Yes.
So everything else will be given you, for you really do want to learn to write. You really do. You really do. And nothing can oppose the decision of God's creation. If you really are ready for true joy, if you're really ready to learn correctly, your learning is going to be as unlimited as you are. Would you acknowledge yourself, Holy Spirit, for hearing this much? A good teacher is a good motivator. And so if there's one person in here that's been motivated to get more sincere about their own spiritual practice because of anything that I said, that's what's most gratifying to me. You know, a good teacher wants to make themselves unnecessary. And based on my relationships, I've done a great job. I'm a damn good teacher. There's a lot of people that made me unnecessary. Thank you for sharing with me. If you want to make a financial expression of appreciation, I'm a full-time teacher of this stuff. And if you're online, you can go to my website, earlpurdy.com. to appreciate, if you want to make a financial expression of appreciation. But I'm available for one-on-one sessions called Clarity Sessions. And just go to my website. It explains everything about it. And if you're open and receptive, I also use my knowledge of 30 years knowledge of astrology and numerology. Don't judge it if you don't know nothing about it.
They're awesome.
You know, it's really funny that one of the things that the Course in Miracles says is that the higher self, the Holy Spirit, uses everything in the world to communicate the truth. Everything. So whatever it is you're good at, whatever is happening in your life right now, whatever is going on, Spirit will use whatever that is, all of your skills, all your habits, all your learning, to bring you to a state of healing and light. So your life does not have to be in opposition to your spiritual awakening. Your life will be used as a way to wake you up. So don't let your ego fool you into thinking, oh, everything's got to be completely different in my life, and then maybe I'll be ready to do my spiritual thing. No. Your life, the way it's set up right now, is optimum. Yes. The optimum way for it to be for your awakening. It's already arranged that way. You already are in the perfect situation to wake you up. But that doesn't mean you have to stay stagnant in that situation that you think you don't like. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Did you hear me? So just know that the universe is on your side. We have a good universe. There is a divine plan. It's not as insane as it appears to be. That you've made the decision that you are not going to do any more seeking and do not finding. It's time now. It's time for you to be happy. So we got to resign right now. Oh yeah. Don't forget, at 7 o'clock on Tuesday nights, right here, The Way of Mastery. And I'm also going to start live streaming that too. I want to join with more and more of my mighty companions who are really ready to do it differently. And that includes the people in this room. I'm putting a call for God out. I'm putting a call for truth out. Hearing this stuff and listening to this stuff and applying this stuff, that's the most joyful, happy experiences I give myself. And I want to join with other people who see the truth as something that gives them joy and excitement. And it doesn't seem like to them it is a trip to the dentist. Oh my God, I got to go pick up my bag. I should be going to that class. I'll be there. But I really just want to go to the movie. Did anybody in here like that? That's excited about the truth, excited about their spiritual path? Is that what they're okay. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you got to be smiling and happy all the time to join with me on the path. I'm saying that I want to join with some others that really want it. That's what I'm saying. Because we had already mastered everything, we would need to do it. So we need to be compassionate with ourselves. So picture yourself walking into the office now, and you're getting ready to do your resignation. I resign right now as my own teacher. 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 I resign right now. And I want to ask those who are in that energy that want to join, get loud, get loud. I resign right now as my own teacher. I resign right now as my own teacher. I resign right now as my own teacher. We resign right now as our own teacher. We resign right now as our own teacher. Resign right now as our... Now tell somebody, you resign right now as your own teacher. 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 We resign right now as our own teacher. And yes. Now go to EarlPurdy.com, EarlPurdy.com, sign up for the contact list, and also if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, every time I upload a video, it's automatically sent to your email. So I'm not sending out any more
Good job.
links to the class. So if you want to continue to receive my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then every time it'll show up. That's all you got to do. And if you put my name on Google it, I'll come up. You'll see me come up and do YouTube and other stuff. Ignore the porn sites. I never visited them. I don't know why my name's coming up. I've never been there personally, because I'm spiritual. So y'all go about this beautiful day, and I'm gonna cut this off, and then there's gonna be a couple of important announcements. It won't take long. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now yeah. I'm gonna turn this off.
Whoa, just so you guys know, we had 4 different countries participating, and over 50 people came in and went. So I don't know if you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for watching online.
Chris and Pat and Susan and Patrick, you guys were all